Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some work on this fusion project because I wanted to get ready for the coming spring, for the coming growing season, and of course now is an excellent moment to do that. Put some trees where they should be, remove some unnecessary wires and rewire some stuff so that we do not have too much wounds from the tree growing into the wires. So it is easy to wire these trees because they have no leaves now. So there's quite a lot to do. So let's get started. I'll start to give you a 360 of the tree. So this is supposed to be the front. Here you see there's a lot of trees that should get somewhere, but of course not where they are. And then we have a ton of young seedlings, 1 year old. They've been grown here from seed that I planted. You can see that in the previous video. These, of course, it's rather delicate to put them in a specific position because they are quite weak, and maybe I can do a little bit, but I think it might be better to leave them just alone and let them grow for the coming season. And well, that's it. So for the detail now. So here at the base we have this big plastic ring which keeps everything together, and you see the tree here is starting to grow over it. So that's really not what I want, so I have to remove this one. That's one thing. Now here at the top we have the good stuff, where you see that 3 or maybe 4, it's difficult to say, trees are already fused, so that means that this top is okay, but the wire is well digging in. So yeah, you can of course wait for the wire to be completely eaten by the trees, but that does not serve any purpose. So what you can remove is always better to remove. So I'm going to try to grab this wire, but if it is in very deep, it is difficult. So it's always possible to cut some pieces out, which I will try to do now. But I think I have to have better tweezers or scissors. So I'm going to take them and I'll be right back. So I'm going to do that with old scissors that I use just for root cutting. So these are old ones. You should not try to cut wire with your best and new scissors. It would be stupid. Now it is always possible when you do something like that that you put out the wire and that the trees come loose, which is a setback, a minor setback I should say, because if you wire them again properly they will of course fuse again. But I think this time I did well. So you see, this is going to callus over quite quickly now and leave no real marks whatsoever. And if you have marks horizontally, with a sharp knife you can just cut back a little of these growing problems, and in time they will disappear. So it's not a big deal. But yes, this has fused quite well, so that's cool. Okay. So now I'm going to try to remove this plastic ring without destroying it completely. You can cut it, it's not really expensive, but the thing is, I like to use things more than once, if it's possible. And if it's not, well, then I'll just have to cut it, you know, but I don't see the point in just destroying material when you can reuse it. Okay, so this took a little longer than I thought. Well, this took 2 minutes, and if one day I lack one and I have to go to the shop to get some, it's gonna take 20 minutes, so it's okay. I'm gonna reuse it. Now, what disaster do we encounter? Well, first of all, you can see here there is a little cut in, and then you have, of course, a bigger cut in here, which is quite ugly, but will heal in time. It will heal. And so now I think I can remove the other one and the wires here, and then we'll start from scratch. Yeah. Okay, I just took some tweezers to remove some of the dead leaves and dead branches that are here, because what I want to do is have a good view on the work, and I really need those tweezers because my hands are too big. Okay, think that's almost it. Now, this is not easy to put a wire around this, so I think I might just use this trick here and take a piece of raffia, go all the way to the bottom. Here we have a little loop here, and I'm going to try to get this as tight as I can. But of course, what's going to happen if I tie it here, it's going to flip over and it's going to end up here. Nevertheless, I will have to do something. So instead of doing something that is surely going to fail, I'm going to try immediately to put the thing here. And that means that only the big trees will be incorporated and not the small, which is not a problem because I intend anyway to let them grow for a year freely, and next year I'll do the same. But of course it's now time to try to put them in a position where they should stay. So slowly tightening it, and I need to consider where these trees come from, try to align them. Again, I'm missing a hand. Just going to put this under the pot for some weight. So this one should come to the side of this one, and also this one, because otherwise we're going to have trees that cross, that lay one over each other, and I want them against each other. So I can do this now and look around. That's not bad. So I can put a little more pressure now, like so. And I need to get these trees into this hollow. This one should come here. Yeah. So every time you position a tree a little better, you feel that you can come closer to where you want to be. So I think this is all looking quite okay. This should come here. tie it a little more. Problem is with this natural raffia, it can snap at any moment, and then I'll have to restart it. So now, in order to make it a little more solid, I'm going to push on the trees and then tie this. Yep. Okay. Make a few twists. So this one, I don't know. Maybe I should try to put it here. Yeah. Well, I can do that because this natural raffia will rot. And I'm going to have a look at the other side to see what's going on. That's not bad. I feel that this one should come right here. And so I'm going to go up a little. Here I have a little clamp that is already loose. Going to try to go up a little more, like that. And I'm always trying to get the trees close to each other. So that's not bad. A little more pressure. Okay. So now these ones should come here. See, the more you get on the top, the more crowdy it gets. But if it gets crowdy, it means that fusion is not far away. Okay. So this is the tricky part. Here I have a very interesting branch, because this one can block a whole lot of the others, which is very good. Very, very good. So don't, when you do that, don't be too hasty to cut off a whole lot of things. They might come handy. So this lateral branch is really holding the other ones where I want them. So this is very good. I don't have a lot of growth here, but still some. This branch I'm going to leave as a side branch, maybe. It is well positioned, and if I don't think it's well positioned next year, it can always come off. This side of the tree is already very good. So now what I have to do is just, well, try to get to the top. And like I said, this was supposed to be the front. So a few side branches are not bad. Like so. I hope this is still on camera. Oh, I'm almost missing it. But this is good. So where they all come together, well, we can be quite sure that there will be fusion. this year if we put enough pressure on it. Now, here of course some things will have to be done, and some of these branches can be left out of the fusion. To become the start of the crown, like this big one, which I will probably cut back in spring, because it's the only way to have a tree that tries to make new growth on the bottom. So if you just let grow the top, well, then of course you will not be able to fill up the holes at the base of the tree. So this is a little tricky. And you imagine that it is not easy to do that when the tree has leaves, so winter is the ideal moment. So, okay, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to go down again now. And always try to put some extra pressure . Like so. I'm almost there. Going to use this one again to get my... Oh yeah, here I have a nail, an iron nail, which is very helpful because you can put your wire around. And now I have to find a way to tighten this. And therefore I think I'll get just, where is he? Another nail that I will put into the foam trunk, like so, quite deep. Just try to turn it around a few times. So. And if I can put this, maybe by just getting this even, it should be possible to get some of this stuff okay. It's not the strongest knot you can imagine, but it's a knot, so it's not bad at all. That's good enough. Okay. So now for the overall view, this should become the front. And I have a piece of electric wire here. And I'm going to wrap it around the tree. Because this portion is going to be extremely straight. and that's not what you want. So the movement is going this way. It should come a little more to this way, this side, and then again that side. So let's try this. I feel that going back this way is not going to be a problem. It's going to be this way that's going to be a little tricky. So let's be sure, because you don't want to bend and then change your mind. So this is the crack of a dead piece that you hear, because these trees are quite flexible. So this is good. And now the other way. Always try to overdo it a little. So I think that's okay. That's quite elegant. We have nice movement. So this is going to stay here for the rest of the season. We will see about the fusion. Another thing I have to say is that when this tree starts growing, probably this branch will disappear. This I might keep, but I'm gonna shorten it all, really, like so, yeah. And then of course the small ones will start growing, and I think we will get somewhere. So that's what I had to do today to this tree. So I hope you liked it. Happy New Year, because it is in a few days, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.